everybody. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna be extremely rude tonight. The second I just got back from grocery shopping and getting everything put away, so I'm eating dinner. But we're gonna still get everything done. Okay, so before we get into meal planning, before we do our setup, I want to talk about something that actually, I want to get my charger. All right. See, I hate feeling rushed. And that's what today has done for me. It's made me feel rushed. But that's okay. We got this. We're going to do it. Okay. Here we go. So, first of all, thank you guys for being so understanding about last night. Little man seriously had too much strawberry pie. So, yeah. But, no harm, no foul. Now we know. 2 pieces is too much. So I want to talk about getting ready in the morning because it came up on 3 sessions today and then other places. What happened on my water? So, hi, Georgia. Getting ready in the morning when we know we look our best, right? When hair and makeup is done. That's not saying it's not a pain. Okay. There are so many different. No, it's locked. Locked. So, from start to finish, it takes me roughly 15 minutes to get ready. My hair is short. And this is whether I'm doing foundation powder and all that or just the eyeliner or mascara. It takes me 15 minutes to get ready. It used to take me probably closer to 25 to 30. That's a bummer because it's been set since this morning. Hi, Andrea.
Mommy?
I'm being rude and I'm eating dinner while we're talking. Yes.
I want to camera.
The front one?
Back one.
The back one?
Yeah.
This one? That's the front one.
Oh, yeah.
Be right there, ladies.
Banana. Banana.
There you go.
Banana.
Okay.
Banana.
So, yeah, it can be an absolute pain getting ready. Now, I've taken my time down. By setting a timer. I'm rushing myself, pushing myself to get it done faster. And still done right. I'll use shortcuts like using the same color for my blushes on my eyes. When it's really, really hot, my lipstick is my blush, is my eyeliner or my eyeshadow. Hair wise, I don't have much of a choice right now. This is it. When I had longer hair, it was usually a messy bun. Very rarely was it ever down because I didn't like the way that it looked when it was down, but I also wasn't embracing my curls, so I can't wait to see what it's going to look like now when it gets long. So, and there are tons and tons and tons of YouTube videos. Hey, Sheena. Yeah, we were grocery shopping. Got home late. I didn't have a chance to post the link anywhere. So, I'm also eating dinner, so sorry. There are a ton of YouTube videos out there on fast hairstyles. So I seriously suggest checking them out. Decide how long you want it to take for you to get ready, and then strive for that. The other thing that has come up multiple times today is the day off, won't jump in the shower. Yeah. Set a timer. Tell yourself you're going to get in such and such a time. Just treat it like an appointment and not like a chore. I got a noodle stuck. Okay. So that's that. I do too. Because I am so famous for I need a shower, and 2 days later I still need a shower. So it come down to I literally write it in my book. When am I taking a shower? So okay. Now that we got that out of the way. And like I said, the biggest thing about it is we feel like it's a chore, but we know we look our best. For some of us, we feel we look our best when we do it. So it's getting past that I feel like it's a chore and getting it into that pamper. That is where we need to put it. So, tons of videos got uploaded today. I want to say 6. Not sure, but I want to say 6. I did a whole bunch of games. What you need for each game, how to play each game is up there. And it's a generic version of each game, so you can watch it over and over and over and over and over again. And only part of it is going to stay the same each time. I still need to get up the Home Blessing Blitz. What else is on my list? I still need to get up the Home Blessing Blitz. That will be coming one of these days. I also got up the how to do a 5-minute room rescue. I did it in the kitchen because a lot of people don't put the kitchen in with the whole 5-minute room rescue deal, because immediately we think dishes are going to take us longer than 5 minutes, so it's not a room for a 5-minute room rescue. Skip the dishes, then it's a 5-minute room rescue. I do want to do a 2-minute hotspot on video as well. Eventually, but I need a ton of time. I'm going to do a crisis clean and stuff like that. So I'm going to get all the tools up that you guys need. And honestly, for doing a crisis clean when company's coming over, if you do like a modified weekly home blessing in each room, you pretty much have it. Please put your cars away before you start doing that stuff. But so I'm going to have a whole bunch. I'm getting more stuff. I'm going to start back up with the podcast. If you're not familiar with the podcast, last bite here. I do this. I cover up the camera and I talk. That way, nobody's worried about missing anything. Can't have everything we want, Sheena. So, I talk about a whole bunch of different motivational things so that way you guys can just listen, and some of them are going to be 5 minutes long, some of them are going to be 2 minutes long, some of them will be 15 minutes long, and that way you can pick and choose what you want to do. So that's the stuff that's coming. Now, let's talk about what we're here to talk about. And that, no, I didn't want to reset the timer. I want to do that. There we go. Meal planning. I'm going to go general. I'm not going into detail. It's going to be a week-long series or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday series. You want more in-depth and more help with meal planning, I'm taking new clients. So first thing that I would suggest is getting a meal binder. Don't do it in this, or you can start it in here, but then be ready to transfer it to somewhere else because it can get big. In my meal binder, there is a conversion table. So, 3 tablespoons or 3 teaspoons equals a tablespoon, all that wonderful stuff. It has a substitution chart that are the most frequently used substitutions in this home. Like with pancakes, you don't have buttermilk. It is a cup of milk and a tablespoon of either white vinegar or lemon juice. Let it sit. You got buttermilk. So it's got a whole bunch of that. So that way, if I'm gone, I don't know when I'd be gone, but if I'm gone and Juan wants to make something, he can literally go to that binder. And if we don't have it, he'll know how. All my spice mixes are in there. And then before a recipe goes in there, all 3 of us have to agree that it's a hit. And we want it again. So definitely I would get a meal binder. Now, the first step, in my opinion, to doing meal planning is going to every member of your family, and if it's just you have to do this, and write down your favorite types of meals. Now, we are not in the dead of winter. We are not even in fall. Don't worry about that right now. We'll get there later. Right now, we want to worry about warm weather foods, salads with maybe some grilled meat, casseroles, lighter casseroles like tuna fish casserole and stuff like that. Sandwiches, like, I guess I'm hungry for tuna fish because everything I keep thinking of comes with tuna fish. And I'm going to get to that, Andrea, because I remember you saying that. Tuna burgers or whatever. So go to every member of your family and get their favorite meals. Okay. It has been scientifically proven. Sometimes not hating it is the best we can ask for. It has been scientifically proven you need to try something 7 times before you can determine if you like it or not. Okay? Takes 7 times for your taste buds to decide if you like it or not. So you go to every member of the family. Then you can do it one of 2 ways.
Lie detector.
I will talk my family, okay? So maybe Sunday it's my choice. Monday it's Giuseppe's choice. Tuesday it's Juan's choice. Wednesday it's something we all agree on. Thursday it's my choice. Friday it's Giuseppe's choice. Saturday it's Juan's choice. To where you're still getting the meals that you like, and then if there are leftovers, you can save them for the other days. But other people are getting their favorites too. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to try to get people to come up with a consensus. There are millions of recipes on the World Wide Web here, to where you could type in meals with hamburger and try and sit down. Well, that's why I'm getting to adding into that. Search hamburger or tilapia or shrimp or chicken. And then you can even go so far as to say hamburger on grill or ground hamburger in pan, slow cooked hamburger, however you want to prepare it. Get thousands of recipes to where it could almost be like recipe overload. And then you sit down as a family and you see which ones look good. I always go by pictures first. And yes, I realize that most of the pictures is stage food, if it's even food, but I go by pictures first. Now, the other things that I have for meal planning are my hobo plates, where you take a protein, and I'll make up like a whole bunch of these at one time to where they're different kinds. So you take a protein, you take a starch, you take a vegetable. Basically what you're doing is you're making a homemade TV dinner. That one night, just to give you an idea on how wonderfully this works, Juan had beef tips, mashed potatoes, and peas. I had fish, rice pilaf, and I want to say asparagus. Giuseppe had ring bologna, macaroni and cheese, and corn. 3 separate meals. And all I had to do was open up the freezer and grab and then stick all 3 of them into the oven. And away we went.
Mom, that's your cherry cookie.
You realize we don't have hardly any of those. And if that's an old one, you can't mix it with a new one. This is it. Oh, no. If you need 2 sets, here you go. That's all we have.
Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome. Now, if you do the hobo plates, when you make the mashed potatoes, make them drier because they get wetter when they're frozen. You can put the seasoning in there and the butter and everything and throw them in the freezer and you're done. You're absolutely done. That one day I made chicken ones and I made hamburgers and I made like beef and noodles and I made chicken and I made fish and I made sausage with a whole bunch of different sides, just kind of mixed and matched the sides. Like if you want to do fries, you definitely don't want to put it in with the chicken or with a ground beef because the grease and the liquid from it is going to make it soggy. You would want to do the fries with like hot dogs or chicken tenders or ring bologna, and then you're pretty safe with fries. But it worked. Nobody had to agree that night. Everybody got exactly what they wanted. And I wasn't doing dishes until next Thursday. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is just to try to come up with a protein for each day of the week. So, and one day could even be meatless, right? Just a second, I do that like once a week. So like Monday would be like solid beef, or Sunday would be like solid beef. Monday would be vegetarian. Tuesday would be chicken. Wednesday would be pork. Thursday would be ground beef. Friday would be fish or shrimp or whatever, or crab. Saturday would be leftovers. And then go from there. Or, and I know I'm giving you a lot of information. Just go back, watch it again. Or you decide a theme for the day. Sunday, down home cooking or sports food. I do sports food a lot because we like watching our sports. Monday, meatless Monday. Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Wednesday, Mediterranean. Thursday, soup and sandwiches. Hi, Brandy. You're gonna have to check out the beginning. Friday would be like from the sea. Saturday could be like a takeout, fake out. You know, where you make pizza or whatever that you would go out for. So that's another approach to meal planning. If you're new to meal planning, don't try and plan the whole week all at once. Start slow. Also, I would not suggest if you have been feeding your children or your family a steady diet of chicken nuggets and french fries, that all of a sudden you decide to cook chicken cordon bleu. You want to kind of wean them in. Don't give it a shock to the system because they're going to look at you and go, ew, what's that? And they might like it. I mean, chicken, ham, and cheese. Not much to not like there, but they just might not like it. Later, so a good transition would be instead of buying the store-bought chicken nuggets, you make your own. Instead of buying store-bought fish sticks, you make your own. Instead of buying store-bought corn dogs like we just did tonight, you make your own. They're going to take longer, yes. There's also plenty of meal services out there that you pay for and that are free that will help you plan a week's menu. I used to go and get the paper every Wednesday because Wednesday they had the food section and they literally would plan your meals for the next week for you. You know, so you don't even have to think. But if you've got picky eaters, that's going to be harder. And that's why I say kind of go with the, okay, Monday is my favorite, Tuesday's Giuseppe's favorite, Wednesday's Juan's favorite. And then that way everybody's getting their own favorites. Also, look at what is entailed in the meal. Look at what's entailed in the meal, because if you're extremely busy, you don't want to be cooking for an hour. That's where frozen lasagna cut into squares comes out great. Or frozen spaghetti and meatballs is amazing. I do a lot of that, to where I'll make spaghetti sauce and meatballs, cool it, throw it in the freezer. Then if we want it, all I got to do is make the pasta. If I'm making lasagna, I'll make 2 full trays of lasagna and I'll freeze a full tray. I do have a chest freezer that does make it easier. If I'm making a meal that can be frozen, I will always double it if I know it's a family favorite, because then I've done it to where for 2 weeks I didn't even have to cook, because I had everything that I could possibly need in my freezer. I was going to the store to get breakfast, eggs, bacon, milk, orange juice, stuff like that. Everything else was in my freezer. I did that when I was working out of the home, to where all one had to do was take the bag and dump it, which is kind of like the freezer meals with the dump and go freezer meals. A lot of them that I've seen, not a full fan of, because in the middle of summer, I don't want something in the slow cooker. I want something cold, or I want something light. So, and a lot of them are pretty heavy. So there's a lot of Cozy, as a matter of fact, has recipes that will pop up. Fly Lady also has Saving Dinner, which is a book planning your meals for you. My family, not a fan. And I seem to be saying that a lot. And I don't have picky eaters at all. My sweetheart is no mushrooms, but yet he ate ground mushrooms and didn't even know. He's no mushrooms and doesn't like chunky tomatoes. And my little one is no asparagus and no Brussels sprouts. But other than that, my family is not picky. So I think it's a lot of the flavors and stuff like that that maybe my family is picky on. I don't know. So when you start off, please, maybe just plan today and tomorrow, or tomorrow and the next day. Also look for, like, okay, since today's free day, right? That means busiest day. Make a bigger meal on Sunday or Monday, to where then you can have leftovers on Tuesday. So, because then you eliminate most dishes. Juan will eat Romas from his garden. And that's it. He will eat ketchup. He will eat tomatoes if I like puree them in a sauce or something like that. But if he sees a chunk, he ain't eating it. Unless it's the Romas from our garden. Then he will eat them. So, but, you know, to each his own. So those are some ideas to get you started. And remember, you could start planning a protein every single day. See that that's not working. So then you go to a theme night. Maybe that's too stressful. So then you decide to go to, okay, it's person's A days today, B today, C this day, and go to there. Or you tell them, like my mother used to tell me, is shut up and eat what I make. You don't eat what I make, you don't eat. That's funny. That would be considered child now, wouldn't it? But that's how I grew up eating. A child cannot live off of chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese alone. They would like to, but they can't. That would be it. That would be it. They tried for a while you're going to sit there till your plate's clean. But then they realized that turned into a battle of wills. And while they had other stuff they needed to do at night, I did not. So eventually they would cave. But, so there's a lot of different ways to approach meal planning. And if you're not used to meal planning and you're not used to cooking, it is going to be a big change. Now, starting with meal planning, if you're not used to cooking, maybe I should save this for tomorrow. Have I given you guys too much information and I should stop with the meal planning? And we'll pick up with it tomorrow? Let me know.
Experts agree that this was a clumsy and catastrophic attempt by Kazakhstan to clear the river. And locals hope next year.
Because I got tons. And like I said, we haven't even gotten in detail yet. Okay. We will just wait. Oh, I like that rule, Andrea. I really like that rule. For those of you doing other stuff and not reading the comments, Andrea's house rule is if you didn't cook it, you don't get to say gross. That's another one. Have the kids start cooking. That's great. But we'll get into some other tips and tricks, and tomorrow I'll really talk about how to go from not really cooking and not meal planning to meal planning and cooking. So that's where I'll go tomorrow, and I better write it down, otherwise I'm going to forget. Because I write it down so I what? Don't have to remember it. That's right. I just need to figure out what I did with my pencil because I haven't gotten used to all these pockets yet. Not there. Not there. That's receipts from this week. There it is. There it is. We'll say it this way. My grocery shopping for this entire week for 3 meals, close to 4 a day. And I had to buy some extra stuff, was $65 thanks to meal planning. Okay. So tomorrow for live. Why does that not say live? It needs to say live. Live will be okay. Alrighty. So that is where we'll start tomorrow. Now let's take a look at how good we've done today, shall we? All right. Did we get up, us and the kids? Did we get up, get dressed to shoes, hair, and face? Whether we're off or whether we're working. Get up, get dressed to shoes, hair, and face. And saying, I need to take a shower so I can't get dressed yet is not a valid excuse. Because if I went by that excuse, I would still be in my pajamas doing live at night. Not a valid excuse. It's jump in the shower and get it done. All right. Do we eat all our meals, drink all our water, take all our meds? I am over on my water. And y'all saw me eat my final meal. So, loving movement. I have made my steps today. So I'm happy with my movement. How about you guys? Pamper yourself today. I will be reading at 8:30. Just like Giuseppe. Get ready for bed. As soon as I get done with this, I will be washing my face, brushing my teeth, floss, mouthwash, the whole works, getting into my nighttime clothes. But I'm not going to bed until 10. But if I'm doing it, he'll do it. And then, of course, don't forget to go to bed at a decent hour. Weekly home blessing. We did not do the blitz last night due to a puking child. What did you do your weekly home blessing tonight? I'm hoping that this week the home blessing blitz video will be up. I think I'm going to double it and put it under tools and put it under games as well. Did we make the bed? Both of us. Immediately makes the bedroom look better. Swish and swipe. I got the video. If you haven't done it, there's no excuse. Go put on the video and go do it and see if you can beat me in getting it done. Laundry. One full cycle. Get it done. Go switch it over if you need to right now. Hot spots, 3 of them, 2 minutes each. Room rescues, 3 of them, 5 minutes each. I still need to record a hot spot. I think the table is getting close to being a hot spot. So I can record the hot spot video. Room rescue for the kids as well in their bedroom. So you can have them focus on certain areas if you need to. Ooh, yeah, I feel you. I have had so many beds in the corner. Giuseppe's bed is actually in the corner. I am just lucky that he likes to sleep on top of his covers. And I am not one that I could literally, when my sweetheart would go hunting and it would just be me in the bed, I would crawl in the bed, and in the morning I would just have to fold up that one corner and it was fine. So that helped because that's when our bed was in the corner. I can feel you. That I don't blame you for not liking to make your bed. King size beds, number 1, are huge. And number 2, making it in the corner does not make it easy for you. Make sure the kids get their room rescued. Your mission for today, I was going to do the cabinets while we talked, but I didn't because we talked about other things. So your mission for today was to wipe down the fronts of the cabinets. Use the degree, use hydrogen peroxide. Wonderful degreaser. No more than 15 minutes, okay? All right, don't forget, of course, to Tamatoa that sink. Make it nice and shiny. If you haven't seen Moana to understand that reference, it's an amazing movie, whether you have kids or not. Watch it. And, of course, have the kids do their chores. All right, time to grab the planner, okay? Okay. I'll wait. Okay, we got our planners. First thing we need to do is take a couple minutes and empty out that monkey brain. Get everything out of it that we don't need to be worrying about. I really, really, really suggest doing this also every morning. I talk about it. I don't do a thing on my day until I have planned it out, until I've gotten all that stuff out of my monkey brain. Now, I realize I've been doing this a lot longer, but everybody's got to start somewhere. Okay? Okay. I sit down with my tea. I sit down by myself, and I just empty out the monkey brain, figure out what the next action is to complete everything, figure out when it needs to be completed by, even if it's someday, and go from there. All right. So our monkey brain is empty. Now we can start thinking about tomorrow. Now, look not only at tomorrow, 2 days after that. So tomorrow is Wednesday. You want to also look at Thursday and Friday. Is there anything coming up that you need to do something for? Maybe you've got to make something or pick something up or whatever. Start getting your reminders in there. I'm actually working on a new, I don't want to call it a control journal because it's got so much more in it. But it will help planning with any events coming up, whether you're hosting or whether you're just attending. So that's also on my to-do list for someday. Actually, I think I put it under someday soon is where I put it. All right. What is for dinner tomorrow? Time to start thinking about it now. So we talked all this stuff about dinner. What are we going to make tomorrow? I am going to be making chicken piccata with capers and artichokes. That's what I'm making tomorrow. And green beans. All right. Now, we look 2 days ahead. Georgia, you were the one that put your checklist at the launch pad of everything that needed to be there, correct? I think so. I love that idea. That way you never miss anything on that launch pad. So make sure whether you're going out to work or staying in to work, you have that launch pad set up. Set up your teapot, set up your coffee pot, your planner, your phone, water bottle. Don't forget to make lunches. Have the lunch bag there. Your purse, your wallet, your keys. Anything else that needs to go there, your briefcase, the presentation you've been working on for the last 3 weeks, have it there. And of course, we both need to lay out our clothes for tomorrow. Just the first set of clothes you're going to put on. If you lay out, if first thing in the morning, before you ever even go to work, you're working out, lay out your workout clothes. You can also lay out your work clothes, but at least lay out your workout clothes. You don't have to set out every single thing you're going to wear for the day if you're like me and live in Wisconsin and you need to change your clothes throughout the day. Otherwise, you're going to either freeze or boil. Just the first outfit is fine. So, all right. I think we've had a very, very productive night. I hope you guys all have a good rest of your night. I am off to wash my face. Don't forget to plan your meal for tomorrow. Put it in the comments. Let me know what you're going to be making or something like that. And I will chat at you tomorrow. Bye. I promise I'll be done eating. Oh, you're welcome as always, Andrea. Have a great night yourself. Bye, guys.